Woo, money, 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 money. Oh my goodness. One of the most challenging things about probate is the cost. We already know that probate can take a considerable amount of time, at least 3 months to, there's cases that have taken place over 3, 6, 5 years, but the average one's 3 months to a year. And within that time, there are filings, there are conversations with attorneys, there are things that cost a lot of money. And some people may ask, with all the complications and all, or actually when they look out in the world, like when they look at the case, do I actually have to spend money on an attorney to get the case done? So that's what we're going to talk about today. What's going on, folks? This is Courtney Rollins with the Life in Transitions Experts podcast. Here we're a community of professionals that are trying to help other folks through those life big transitions, such as the passing away and the administration of the estate of a deceased person, or real estate transactions that involve, of course, the moving or the sale and the management of real property. That's what we're here for. And my focus is in Durham, North Carolina, in probate real estate. I help families navigate the probate process, and quite often there is real estate involved. And that's my opportunity, if I'm serving at a high level, to be able to monetize the real estate transaction there to help them pay off whatever claims or fees or distribute inheritance based on the descendants or the administrator's wishes, as well as avoid some of the shortfalls or mistakes that can prolong already long process and can cost or can add to cost to an already costly situation. And then hopefully it can help that family avoid probate in the future, or avoid some of the steps that may be required in probate by taking the necessary steps right now. I'm not an attorney or a financial advisor or CPA or accountant. I am offering my opinions through my time and experience digging into probate in Durham County, North Carolina. And I'm committed, dedicated to being the expert by continuously learning, continuously working with families, finding out the patterns and problems and challenges that emerge. And one of those can sometimes be, do I need an attorney? If so, how much should I expect, and how are they paid? So let's take a brief look at that, all right? So, in North Carolina, you are not required to have legal counsel. Just remember, though, you do get what you pay for. There are a lot of services out there like Easy Probate and some other ones that offer almost like a legal Zoom or legal shield type of approach to helping you do the probate. And depending on the complexities of the estate, that might work very well for you. But again, remember, any errors, any mistakes going to also definitely cost you time, and it's going to probably end up costing you more money. Now, the attorney fees can really vary based on the complication of the estate that's being administered. Now, all attorney fees will have to be deemed reasonable by the court. So they can't be anything that's too excessive or doesn't make any sense when it comes to the normalcy that are normal actions that take place in the administration of the court. And quite often, they usually will not exceed over 5% of the gross value of the estate. So let's say the estate has real estate in it, and it's worth $300,000, but there is a $290,000 mortgage on it that has to be paid off. So that's only leaving about $10,000 to make it easy. That's worth in the estate net. The attorney is able to charge at least 5% of the gross. So they would be charging over that $300,000, regardless of how much actual equity is involved in there. And you may say, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy. That's ridiculous." But if there's something that happens that's wrong or makes a mistake, that attorney is liable for that full amount, which is why they're also able to be compensated for that amount there. So the executor, executrix, or the administrator, that's the name, depending on the type of probate that's taking place, of the person who's the personal representative. But if you decide to hire an attorney to represent the state, remember that the funds from the estate cannot be used to pay the attorney's legal fees, unless the clerk finds that these fees are reasonable to be paid within there. So you need to make sure that you are keeping track of the funds as the personal representative, because you can't use the funds of the estate to pay the legal fees. However, you can be reimbursed in certain situations for your through the personal representative's commission. So, but remember that the attorney fees may reduce the amount of your commission that's going to you, because the clerks will deem that, okay, you're actually not taking on all this work, you've outsourced it, and so the amount that you'll be commissioned will be less. Now, please note that not all attorney fees will be approved by the clerk. And if that's not allowed, that's going to be the personal representative's personal responsibility for the attorney fees. Now, there are things like cash advance for probate and other nature that, if set up correctly, can help a personal representative pay attorney fees and pay attorney fees and other fees that are related to the administration of the estate. And that's why it's important to have a estate professional in your area, like me at Estate Pro Services, or other folks that are out there who are committed to, who understand the process to help you figure out what is the best step for you so that you can reduce the time and reduce the fees. Now, when an attorney is paid, there's usually 5 ways that the attorney is paid in a probate case. There's the hourly rate, which you probably expect about $200 to $500 per hour for a probate lawyer. Now, this is from We Are Atticus. So according to We Are Atticus, the average probate in North Carolina is about $200 to $500 per hour, granted. And usually it costs about, well, again, it depends on the the gross value of the estate. So and how the fees are set up. There's an hourly fee that you can use. There's sometimes flat fees. You may find an attorney to do a flat fee. Attorney may actually ask for money up front and have a retainer's fee. There could be a fee for contingency. So a contingency fee, if this happens, then this is what the fee or scale will be. And then, as we said, the percentage of the estate's actual value will help determine, could be one way that the attorney is paid. It's not to exceed over 5% of the gross value. Again, there are some situations where there are outliers in that situation that's a little higher and some that are a little lower. But folks, that is why I recommend that you find someone, Google a probate, certified probate expert or probate specialist, or someone that can help you with everything that's outside of the legal steps. There are tons of paperwork that can be gathered, tons of ways to help you prepare so that you're not being clocked at hourly rate or have contingencies based on forgetting or missing or not following the right steps. It can greatly reduce the fees, the times, and the challenges that you face. So I definitely look forward to you reaching out to someone. If you're not in the Durham, North Carolina area, you can still reach out to me. I'm connected with a national registry of vetted estate professionals, and we can help find someone in your area that's suited to your situation and make this thing happen. If you are a professional and you want to have a conversation with me, I would love for you to consider being a part of this podcast. I'm interviewing someone once a week. I just had the great fortune of interviewing the assistant clerk of the Superior Court of the Estate Division, Ashley Harmon. Go back and check that out. I think that's episode 29, I believe. But let's see, got a little ring here. So we will... Let's see. So we will, sorry about that. So we will love to have you up here. And we're actually going on live tonight. Well, this podcast, I'm well ahead. So you'll probably be able to go back and check out the interview with Kevin Smith Kevin Davis, that's taking place tonight. He is a wholesale real estate investing coach at Wholesale REI Academy. So it's great that he'll be able to share his information. I'm really excited about the direction that this entire podcasting community is headed. So we'd love for you to join the community as well. Life and Transitions Experts on Facebook and the YouTube channel. All right, folks, hit that like and subscribe wherever you are getting this podcast. It helps us with the algorithm reach more people. And until next time, rising tides, it lifts all sails. Peace.